Okay, so this is gonna be my review for Reckoning of Ragnarok, chapter 56, and obviously this video is gonna have spoilers because the chapter have not yet come out in the English translation. The Japanese have come out. The Japanese one, original one, is out, and so this is like a big warning for spoilers. This is gonna be the review for the whole chapter, and I'm gonna talk about different things about this new chapter and this kind of thing. So if you don't have see anything, any picture from Reddit or anywhere else on the internet, and you don't want to know anything, click off now. Don't watch this video because I'm gonna talk about everything in the chapter. So if you don't want to know anything, don't watch this video. And obviously I'm gonna put up a spoiler warning on the thumbnail, obviously, so you see before you click, even before you watch. So this is, I say it again, this is a spoiler warning review. So if you don't want to know anything, totally zero information, do not watch this video. Okay, let's start. So we know already that Shi Di and Hades is gonna fight. So now the fight is started. So we see that Shi Di is sitting in the sofa, sitting down in the VIP room with Hades and the other guard. I totally forget his name. And obviously Ares tried to throw him out because the guard's VIP room is not for human, and she's only throws Ares on the ground, do some kind of a throw, and then so we see that almost then Brunhild and her assistants come to take Shishon way from there, and they obviously Brunhild's assistants smash up the doors. And then we also see some of the emperors in Chinese history. We see the Ming Dynasty emperor. We see the Han Dynasty emperor. And this is and we see, I think we see also the Tang or the Song emperor. This is the free emperor, and we see obviously because everybody is there because of Shi Huangdi. Shi Huangdi is the first official unificationer emperor of China. He is the first dynasty that was created. Shishong is very quick story about Shishongdi, really quick, is that Shishongdi changed everything in Chinese history. The writing system, he changed the writing system before Shishongdi, before his Qing dynasty, before his rule. Everything have when they write something, they can write maybe 10 or 12 different letters for one thing. For example, a horse or a tree or a wagon have different. They write in different name the same thing. But she can say we're gonna have one writing for one thing. One writing for a horse, one writing for a wagon. The weight system. He also changed the coin system with the coins. Yeah, so he do lots of things. Okay, Shishwangdi was not a nice guy at all. He was a very despot ruler, but sometimes despot rulers do things that can help a country to evolve in some sense, if I am allowed to say this. But you know, like even if you are a despot, sometimes you can do good thing for, maybe not for the people, but for your kingdom, that helps your kingdom to evolve and this kind of thing. Yeah, that was the quick one. So we go back to Ragnarok. So we see that the emperor of the Han Dynasty opened a big carpet, so Shishwandi can go down from the carpet down to the battle arena, and the fights. And obviously Hades have a very similar similar weapon. Almost, it's very very similar to his younger brother, because Hades, Zeus, Poseidon is brothers, but obviously Hades and Poseidon are more connected with each other in the manga. So obviously, and obviously Hades is the lord of the underworlds, and obviously probably his younger brother is in the underworld, and so obviously we see a picture of a very angry Poseidon that screams something, because I don't have read the English translation, so I don't know what he's saying, but probably something very foul, very angry. So yeah, and obviously Hades have promised his younger brother to revenge him, to really defeat Shishonde, because he blames the human for Poseidon's defeat. But originally, obviously, the reason why Poseidon lost it was because Poseidon was very arrogant and never take his fight really seriously. So it's Poseidon's own fault that he lost. But obviously that he cannot admit. And we see the start of the attack. We see that Hades have a very very similar attack as Poseidon, like very quick, thrusting attack with his spear, with his spear. And yeah, we see that, and then we see obviously that Shishonde gets hit with like the whirlwind, like spear whirlwind attack, and he got damage on the side. And then obviously Shishonde do some kind of like I'm not sure yet what it really is, but it looks like he do some kind of a shockwave attack to push Hades back. But I'm not sure if this is a shockwave or is like some kind of energy beam, or is if we say for now we say that is he used a kind of Kamehameha shockwave attack against Hades, and obviously so we see the fight and all of this kind of thing, and then she's gonna do some kind of like a pentagram ability that we see different kind of stars. What I think now what he's doing is that he's calling for the terracotta army, that he can bring up the terracotta army to fight for him, and he controls them when he fights. I think that is what he's gonna do, because Hades probably can bring up the dead, and Shishonde can bring up his terracotta army to fight for him. Because yeah, I think that's one of his abilities. And always I think Shishonde used some kind of poison on his claws, and obviously then before the fight we see the one of the new Valkyrie. For all of the humans that fight against the gods in Reckoning or Ragnarok have a Valkyrie that transform to their weapons to help them be more equal in the battle against the guard, because they have a weapon that is divine in some sense. So we see a little girl transform to Shishonde's metal arms, like his armor protection and his weapon, his claws, like transform. I think the little girl is the younger sister or older sister to that girl that helped Jack the Ripper in the battle against Hercules. I think they are sisters. I'm not 100% certain. Yeah. So then obviously we go back to start with then the pentagram, and that is how far I have get with the chapter. I don't know if that is the final page, but probably maybe is, but that is so far. If something comes up that more information when the full translation is out, and we're gonna have some more pages after that picture, which is gonna do kind of his like a summoning terracotta ritual kind of thing. Then I was gonna talk about that, but yeah, and it's obviously I really hope that Hades have something that makes him very different from Poseidon, because obviously right now they have a very similar move set with their spear weapon. Obviously, they are very very similar. I even think that in some sense that Hades puts in almost like Hades do have the same trick as the Valkyrie, that instead that he uses his dead brother's power inside his spear, that he put somehow his ability in the spear. So in that sense he's very very strong, because if that is the case, that he used Poseidon's revenge spirit in his weapon, but in the same time Hades have his own ability. So that means almost you can say it's almost like they have they have to fight two person at the same time. That is a possibility that Hades can do that. Hades can take souls from the dead and put into his weapons to make his ability much more stronger. But I still also think that Hades also have his own ability, beside that he can take souls from others, but he can also use different things. So the chapter is a really good, very interesting fight scene. The new Valkyrie sister, Valkyrie. We don't in this chapter, Ragnarok. We don't see any new human that will fight. We don't see any new guard. So we don't see what happened. The continuation between the talk between Loki and Beelzebub, because I think the guy that talked with Beelzebub in his laboratorium is not Odin, is Loki disguised as Odin, because we know that Loki can disguise the different people, and obviously I think that Loki will fight against Nostradamus and this kind of thing. Yeah, so that is all information for the newest chapter of Ragnarok. We don't probably gonna we don't know yet if we're gonna have two chapters, but it's probably gonna just be one chapter this month, and the English translation probably will be out maybe on Friday or after Friday. I'm not certain if this week or next week the English scan translation will be out, but I just feel I just want to do the review and talk about the picture of the new chapter, talk about a little about what I think, and about that the battle, and obviously my speculation for Shishant is like obviously probably gonna sound Terracotta Army. Who I think will win? I think that I don't know. For me, I hope Shishwangdi wins, but it's not going to be absolutely not going to be an easy battle. Obviously, because Hades don't going to do the same mistake as Poseidon did. So probably Hades is going to go all out, and obviously this is just the start. And obviously Hades is going to do much more than just this. So if Shishwangdi is struggling already right now, then it's going to be a huge problem for Shishwangdi, because I think this is just nothing for Hades. This attack is just common attacks for him. But I think when Hades really start to use his full power, I think obviously Shishwangdi needs a miracle to win. He have to have something that really some very different plans to win, because if he just he have to have many things prepared for win against Hades, and I promise you that Hades can do everything in his power to defeat Shishwangdi. Like he's gonna do everything, but if that is the case, that Hades can use different dead people's power to his own benefit, that means that it's going to be huge problem, because then obviously, because he's the older brother of Poseidon, he if he can do he can if he can use Poseidon's power, yeah, it's a problem. It's a huge problem. So I say for right now, I hope Shishwangdi will win, but who I think will win is Hades. But I hope Shishwangdi wins. But I think Hades are probably gonna win because of yeah, he don't gonna do the same mistake. For example, if Poseidon have gone full out from the start against Sasaki, Poseidon will win without a question. If the only reason Sasaki defeat Poseidon was because Poseidon never take the fight anything seriously. He just do his like normal thrusting attack, and that was in the end of the battle. He just started use little be a little bit interested in that fight, but he totally go full out from the start. Poseidon will absolutely win that fight. So I think that is Hades gonna do. So Hades probably gonna show some ability that Poseidon have, but Poseidon never shown when Poseidon fight against Sasaki. So we're gonna see like, and obviously Hades gonna use some kind of much of like bring up dead spirit, and like even bring up Cerberus in the battle and so on. Yeah, that is everything I want to say about chapter 56 and the round 7. Yeah.